All right, thanks for tuning in again. I've done some other reviews of budget guitars, and this time I'm doing sort of a working man's Strat comparison here. And the idea is to look in that range of around maybe $400 to $500. Now, a lot of people like to, get an inexpensive Strat for $100 or a couple $100 and swap pickups, swap tuners, this and that. The idea here is that each of these guitars, right out of the box, is going to have a much better, notch up on hardware, pickups, and we'll see if that's the truth or not. And we're going to let our ears really do the testing on this. I have to say, all of them are nice players. Let me introduce each of the guitars. Fender Mexico. This is a, well, now actually vintage, right? Early 90s, 93, 94, 95, somewhere in there. I'd have to look up the serial again, but this is a cool guitar. Held in good shape over the last 20 years. Okay, so that's a good standard Strat. You can usually pick one of those up, used for about $400 or $500. Okay, a very cool working man Strat. Then right here we've got the Schecter, what they sometimes call the VS1 or the California series. Okay, that's also a nice playing guitar, but it's kind of the least Stratty of the bunch. We'll see why and hear why. Then over here we've got from Vintage, this is the Vintage V6 reissued for the Trevor Wilkinson's brand. They're available in the States and in Europe. I know for sure this. I am in Europe here. I picked this one up used. In the States, I'm not seeing a lot of used ones. This is really one of my favorites out of the batch here. It's kind of hard to say because I dig them all, but you'll hear how that's a very Stratty cool guitar for the price. Anyway, last one in the batch here is the G&L Tribute Legacy. Definitely the looker of the bunch with that translucent blue. The highest price tag of the bunch too, really right on that $500 range. But a very nice playing and smart looking guitar for the price. So let's cut the baloney, cut to the chase, and have a listen to how each of these guitars sounds. I'm going to go through each of them through a Fender 65 Deluxe Reverb Reissue clean, and then maybe at the end we'll do a little fuzz sound or something. But really what it comes down to is how the clean sound is on the guitars, and to compare them all through on one amp. Here we go. All right, straight down to business. Fender Mexico Strat in the bridge position. Little sloppy, but you get the idea. You can hear immediately the slightly lower output on these pickups compared to that Fender Mexico, which has those pretty hot alnicos in there. So this one kind of falls in between this and probably the next one in terms of pickup output. Interesting to note with the Schecter here is the single tone and single volume for all the pickups. So that's definitively not Strat-like. Otherwise, a very well-built guitar. Right out of the box, it was pretty cool too. A string needed just a little tweak, but otherwise a solid instrument. This is the Vintage V6. Very cool guitar. This one had just a couple little tiny things with like the finish stuff, like little file markings on the fingerboard from finishing the frets probably and stuff like that. But overall, I think when I grab any of these Strats to just play for fun right now, because I was doing that a little bit before, I kind of gravitate to this one. I don't know. I like the feel of it very much. easily the prettiest of the bunch, the G&L Legacy Tribute, has the only slight kind of problem that I think in the setup is it could use just a touch of like neck tilt, you know, just a little. I would shim it just a little bit because it seems getting a little bit of buzz, even though the neck is just right, and the string height is good and all. So I don't know. It might just need a little playing time. It's not a serious problem. That's something that's easily within the realms of setup. But the only optical thing about this otherwise gorgeous guitar is this kind of Oompa Loompa yellowish neck. I had that on that SX Strat in one of the other shootouts I did. And that one was kind of extreme. And I don't know if it's just a certain finish or dye or whatever they're using, or this coat that's on it that does that. But in any case, very well built guitar, nice sound. It has that slightly more higher upper mid range bump in the tone compared to like if you jump back to the Mexico Strat that has that sort of mid range honk to those Texas special kind of pickups, and the other ones are that more straight up Strat sound, and then these have a little bit more of what I think of that high mid range clarity that comes with the G&L. All right, so now I'm just going to go on to faster straight through audio comparisons. Still a couple buzzy notes there. I tried adjusting the neck a little bit. It's going to take a little bit more work to get that one going. 2, 3, 4. Really like this one for the clean sound, that neck and middle. position. Very, very cool. Like there for now. Each neck pickup has its own kind of different voicing to it. I really like the sound of the G&L. Again, they have that clarity in the upper mids that's very cool. It gives these low notes sort of a lower mid scoop in a way. It works that way too, like you would almost EQ a guitar in a track. So for a clean guitar. So it's pretty cool. Let's take a listen now to a little bit of distorted fuzz fun. All right, to give a little fuzz on each, we'll do the neck pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4. So overall impressions after going through the paces, the standard that I was kind of using as the bass here, although the pickups are really on the hot side when you compare them, was the Fender Mexico used 20-year-old guitar, and that's got that Strat I sound. Nice playing guitar, held up well over the years, so cool one on the used market. The Schecter is the least Strat I of the bunch. in my opinion. Still a cool guitar, very solidly built, and yeah, it's got its own voice. It's not exactly Strat. The Vintage V6, Vintage Reissued from Trevor Wilkinson's stuff there, is a very cool guitar for the price. Little tiny, you know, like visual workmanship flaws maybe, very minor stuff, but overall very cool sound and really cool playability. And then the good looker of the bunch there, the G&L Legacy Tribute. You know, I ordered this online, you know, to have it sent to me. So it is kind of a crapshoot which one you might get. And this one, like I said, something a little bit with the sort of adjustment there, neck tilt probably. The action seems okay otherwise. Maybe give the neck a little bit more relief. I'll give that a shot. But as with any guitar, you know, in this price range, you're probably going to want to go to the shop and buy. The point of this video was, you know, not to say, oh, here's a cool cheap one you can get online, but to give you a sound comparison and a little bit of a look at each of these guitars up close. So any one of them I'd take out on a date. So ladies, who's it going to be?